Ernie was just a giant of a man. I mean, he would walk into a room and the room would be transformed. I mean, it didn't make any difference who you were. If you were a student, if you were a professional, if you were an educator, if you were a homeless person, everybody felt attracted to him. And that was because of the kind of spirit he had. So it was more than just something that was outside, it was something inside. So deep inside, he really cared about people. He loved people. And that was what drove him. That's what motivated him. So all of the boards that he was on, all of the places that he went, and every classroom that he walked into, people immediately could feel.
He inspired me as well. So he said, we can do this. We did it, and I was going to do it for him. So I loved him. He was just a great person. I'm so happy to have had the experience to have him in my life.
When he would talk to students and talk at the MSI and talk in any place, he would talk in a very down-to-earth way. He would talk to them, but never did he talk in a condescending way. It was always a way that said, I care about you, and boy, you better get yourself together real quickly, because you need to care about yourself.
College, and you notice in Henry V, where the king had done something well to Henry, my students know this, and he comes back and he had not treated someone else well. And the king says, "'Tis but common proof that lowness is young ambition's ladder. Whether to the climber once reaching her utmost rung, turns, looks up into the clouds, scorning the base decree by which he did sin." I know you don't understand that, but let me tell you what that means. That all of us are ambitious and we try to climb the ladder of success. But once we get to the top, we look up into the clouds instead of looking back and helping others to climb that same ladder of success. There was a family in Tallahassee named the Crumps. An old man Crump had 7 sons. And when he got old, he used to sit out and shoot squirrels in the pecan tree. And when Mr. Crump was 97 years old, he told his son, who was 78, to get him some lemonade. He said, "Boy, get me some lemonade." And his son said, "I ain't got time to get you no damn lemonade." And Mr. Crump took his rifle and shot him and killed him. And say, "I'm still today." So it crusheth the pebble or shineth the dime. You wouldn't be here if you weren't a dime. You know? So every now and then, just do like this. And people say, "What are you doing?" "I'm shining myself." So,
He will take care. He'll take care of you.
Just before he passed, it was about the 3rd or 4th Media Sales Institute, and Ernie was very, very weak. He had been sick for a number of months, and he was no longer actually working at Howard University, but he was still connected, joined at the hip with the Media Sales Institute. And I remember I called him on the day of the graduation, on the morning of the graduation, and I said, "Ernie, I'm getting ready to go to talk to the graduates. What would you like for me to say to them?" And so I had my pencil and paper, and already I'm saying, I'm going to take these notes and I'll transmit everything he says. And I was ready, and he just paused for a moment and he said, "Just tell them, be a good person. Be a good person." And I'm thinking, okay, that's it. And that's what he was. He was a good person.